Hey Nesters, we are back at the Antique Mall checking out some really amazing vintage items. So I really like this little chalkware set. They were only asking $9 for the mother cat and the three babies. So cute. On the back side, I did check it out and they had been reattached, so they had been broken at one point. And then this owl one was only $8 as well, so really great deal on some chalkware. The owl's pretty cute. Now we have some Betty Boop and Kermie. Miss Piggy's not going to like that very much. And they had some more chalkware there, the little praying hands kids there in their pajamas. Pretty cute. They're asking $12 for those. I really like the Garfield Have a Nice Day pin there. They were asking $10 for it. I definitely would have grabbed it for like $5 or $6, but I don't know. $10 seemed a little bit more than I wanted to pay personally for it. And these little cars on the wall are so fun. I feel like my house has the weirdest mixture of things. This is something I definitely would put in my house, but it doesn't really necessarily go with my stuff, but I just think those are amazing. I especially love the green one. These three shells had a lot of fun things on them. This caught my eye right off the bat. It is a vintage nursery like Mother Goose tin. It was in amazing condition. I love that it features all of the famous stories on it. How fun. They were only asking $4 for that as well. Fantastic shape. As you can see, right there, Mother Goose, $4. Definitely was going to add that to my cart. They had this adorable ceramic turtle on the bottom shelf. I love that he was wearing the little garden hat. I think that would be really fun just to add out in a flower garden. I do tend to find more cottage and farmhouse type of primitives in my area at the antique malls, which isn't necessarily my personal style. I love those blue and green ombre vases there. I believe those were originally put out by Jeanette Glass Company. And I didn't happen to check the prices on them, but usually when I find those, they're flashed glass, and most of the time the flashed paint is coming off of them. I'm not sure if those were flashed or not. So it's kind of funny, whenever I see these, I always smile because I picked these up, these little tiki mugs, at a yard sale when I was a real little kid. I thought they were so cool, and I used to store my pens and pencils in them. I had 3 of them. At some point, I think I had sold them in a yard sale again in my teens, just trying to make some money. Probably didn't ask for more than 50 cents or $1 for them at the time, but yeah, I kind of wish I would have held on to those because I didn't even really think of them as vintage back then. I just liked the looks of them. I was contemplating this mermaid mug so bad. The nose was chipped and I ended up putting it back. Let me know if you would have still got it with a nose damage on it. It was absolutely stunning, and can you imagine if it didn't have that chip? So pretty. So as I have mentioned in previous videos, I was really just on the hunt for 1960s, 1970s decor, and this fit the bill, but it was an ashtray. I don't normally pick up ashtrays, but it was definitely my colors, so that was definitely something I was considering at only $5. A nice vintage Japan ashtray. This was a really fun booth. They had a lot of higher end vintage things though, so all things I like, but they were a little bit costly, like the Catherine Holmes pot behind there was like 75 bucks. I couldn't believe I found another chalkware bank on the same day. If you guys caught my last video, you would have saw that kitty cat one I found. This one had a crack in the elephant trunk though, and they were asking $12 for it. I ended up passing on it, but it's something, if it's still there when I go back, I probably will get, since I've decided I'm probably going to collect these now. I was wondering if it would really sit on the shelf the way I wanted to, because I kind of would want the face facing out, and obviously the body's long, and I don't want a huge shelf to set these on, so that was another reason why I was like, I don't know, I kind of just want them a little bit smaller, but yeah, I probably will get that if it's still there the next time. They had this really beautiful Fiesta ware silverware set for $50. That was really tempting. I don't know, I might have to treat myself and go back for those sometime. I kind of like these wooden statues like this. I always find them interesting. I'm not really sure what decade this would have been from. It very possibly could have been 1970s just because of the darker wood. It kind of reminds me of the 70s stuff, but if you guys happen to know if that is a vintage item, definitely leave that in the comments. This vendor had a lot of really nice vintage books. I love just checking out the bindings on them and the different titles. They look amazing in decor, and obviously you can probably read them too, but I just really like them in decor, honestly. And especially if they have unique titles, just kind of fun based on different seasons and stuff, so always want to check those out. They had an excellent deal on this Blendo set, only $35 for the pitcher and the 4 glasses. I like my Blendo like I like my Fiesta Ware, mix and match, so I thought it was really great that they had the blue pitcher with the purple and green cups. Back to one of the primitive booths. I do like the American flag on the back wall there, but I do tend to still glance into these booths even though I'm not really into that style because I can find little gems like this. Only $5 it was marked down for this vintage Japan duck figurine. Super cute. Obviously it kind of goes with the primitives because it's kind of like that farmhouse thing, but also kind of goes with my mid-century 1960s style, so. Here's a little sneak peek of some of the items I picked up. Some were in yesterday's video, and some will probably be in the next video. So you can see I had my basket filled pretty good. So I don't really know a lot about jewelry worth. I just kind of gravitate towards what I like. They had this really pretty cameo necklace, and it looks very similar to the 1940s, 1950s ones I've seen online. I'm not sure how to tell exactly if it's like a repo or if it is legit vintage. If you guys happen to know if that was a vintage one, definitely let me know. I might go back for it at only $5. And this booth seemed to have a lot of modern stuff. It was a lot of cute things, but not what I was looking for. I didn't think I was going to be able to find anything I liked here. I gravitated towards this chicken, and it just happened to be an Avon piece. I just can't can't stop being gravitated towards the Avon pieces. They're so cute. I thought it was almost done. I was just quickly glancing, and then last minute, up on the very top shelf, I saw something that was totally 1970s. They had these 2 coffee mugs. Unfortunately, as you can see, there was a pretty big chip on the bottom, and they were asking $6 for the 2 of them, which wasn't bad. I was still considering picking them up and just using them as a planter, but I ultimately decided not to. But yeah, I really did like those. There are a lot of people that really enjoy the vintage poodle decor. It's not really my thing, but I do pick them up sometimes for my clientele because they enjoy them. I like that one that was laying down. He was pretty cute. They had some cute owls in the back there, some salt and pepper shakers. I'm not really sure what spooning for you in Georgia means. They had some measuring spoons off to the side of that. And that was kind of cute. Looky here, look what I found. So it was just a couple weeks ago at Goodwill I came across these West Germany candlesticks. They were new in package at Goodwill as well, so 2 in the same month, not bad. These ones were really fun because they had a lot of different styles. The other ones I picked up were mostly just birds, but so adorable. I think those are jelly beans. Are those jelly beans? Maybe they're just supposed to be bird eggs, but so fun. Only $8 they were asking for that set. I love the set of 2 of the vintage Miller Studio chalkware peasants. They're asking $20 for them. I'm not sure if the peasants go over very well. I like them personally, but I know the Miller Studio fish chalkware, people go bonkers for those, and they sell for really good. So if you ever see the fish chalkware for cheap, pick them up. You can definitely make a quick buck off of those. This vintage Fenton Stein caught my attention. It is a bicentennial piece, and they were only asking $18 for it. Not a bad price at all. I don't know if it might have a tinge of uranium. You see towards the bottom there where it's a little bit orange. It might just be some slag to it, but yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. Red's not really my color. I'm not really into the Fenton personally, but it was definitely a cool piece, very into the American history. So I saw some pastel dishes on the bottom shelf and I was checking them out because I thought they might be Luray, part of the pastel collection they put out. But as I got the second one, it's made in China. So those went back. The first one, as you could see, the emblem was kind of worn off on the back, so I couldn't quite make it out. I really like this oil lamp. It was only $8. I've been considering collecting oil lamps. I think it'd be really cool to have a nice collection of them, a very useful thing to have if the power goes out. So I kind of regret not getting that as well, but maybe next time I'll snag it. I slowly made my way down to where the Pyrex was at. I don't know if I ended up looking at the one I'm looking at right now, which is that beautiful yellow and gold. That is called Golden Garland. It was a promotional piece in 1969 to 1970. It actually would have originally came with a brass cradle and candle warmer. I don't know why I didn't look at it. Maybe I could just see the price on the top. Maybe I thought the price was a little out of my range or something, but I need to check that out the next time and make sure I get a good look because I really like that piece and I like to collect the 1970s, 60s, and 70s promotional pieces in through the 80s really. They started making them in 86, but I still like the 80s ones as well. So over here they had some Christmas. I recognized this mug right away. It's one of the more common Witcherbach. I don't know how to pronounce that. I say it differently every time, but I think it's like Witchersblock. It's very difficult to say. I don't speak German. But they had a chip on that at $5. I actually really like they have a lot of flower ones, like florals, and they have animal ones, are a bit more my fave. I'm not really into the Christmas mugs as much, but it is a more commonly known one. This was a really cool Santa here. I'm not really into the figurative candles, though. I know people probably don't melt them down. I think that'd be super creepy, but it had a cool look to it. And then they had this little Santa in the back with the bell, just a hand-painted ceramic hobbyist piece. This was a really cool thermos. It was pretty beat up and rusted, but if that was in better shape, I think that would have been really cool to have with the Barbie on it. Had Midge, Skipper, Barbie. Really cool piece from 1965. I considered getting this stack of cards. It appeared that it would be kind of interesting ephemera. People might like it. It was taped up pretty well. I felt weird just untaping it to see what was inside. It was only $6. I don't know. Maybe I should have given it a try. I think this is the booth that I ended up purchasing quite a few things in. This was an amazing vintage playing card set. I love the design on it. They were $10. Which was a little steep, you know, for resale value for me, but I thought they were just too fantastic with the kind of macrame style owls on the front. You could use it for decor when you're not using the cards. And the thing that sold me on it is that they were actually new in package. The cards were never used. You see they're all sealed as well. So after I saw that, $10 didn't seem too bad. I like that they had the different types of card games you could play with them. It just seemed like a really fun piece and something you wouldn't come across too often. With the owls and the 1970s color, I figured I just could not pass those up. Alright, so we are done with a little bit more of this antique along with me. Some more really great finds today. I'll go ahead and get into the haul of what I did end up purchasing. So the first thing was this really cool vintage Storybook Parade tin, and it's actually a little coin bank. So it has Mother Goose nursery rhymes on it. We got Little Miss Muffet here with the spider and the cow jumps over the moon. The little spoon and the plate there, Humpty Dumpty, Jack and Jill, and Mary and her lamb, all kinds of characters on there. Has Mother Goose on the top. It's in really great shape. It's pretty clean on the inside, so I thought that was pretty good. I believe that was $4. I did find one vintage figurine of a duck I thought was really cool. This was in a booth that didn't really have vintage per se. They had a lot of that cottage, newer type items, and I wouldn't really call them like something you would really see in an actual antique store, but this is an antique mall, so I think they kind of mix new and old. But instead of just passing by, I did glance in there, and I was happy I did because I found this. It is marked Made in Japan on the bottom there, and it's just this cute little duck figurine. Now, it's kind of interesting. Around the whole base here, there's these little holes that go all the way down through. I'm not sure why that is, if it used to be on something, or I suppose if you collect marbles, you maybe could put your marbles on there. What do you guys think that was for? Is it like a flower frog? I don't really know. If you guys happen to know why there are some hollowed out holes on that, drop it in the comments. But nonetheless, it's still really cute. I love the colors on it. It had just enough green to give it some vibrant colors, and you don't always see the ducks so vibrant in the figurines, so I was happy to get one with, you know, quite a few colors to it. This next thing was really cool. It was marked $10, and I didn't think I would pay $10 for playing cards, but it's in this suede kind of box. It has these 1970s kind of macrame owls on it, which is what drew me to it. It says Cellutone Finish. Not sure what that means, but they were put up by Congress. And these are actually new old stock. So the cards are still sealed in their original packaging. So I figured with that, I could probably maybe make $10 on it. So I figured I would try it. And I just thought they were too neat to leave behind. So I really liked those. And the neat thing, if you're not using them as playing cards, while you're not doing that, you can always set them out on the shelf as decor. So really cool. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago at Goodwill, I found a new in-box West Germany set of these little mini candlesticks. And at the antique mall, I laughed because I saw another one. These ones were marked $8 for the set, and I haven't opened these up yet. I'm gonna check them out. I can't quite make out what they are on the bottom, but these are all different. The other ones I got were mostly, were they birds? Yeah, they're all different types of birds, but I think they had a few that were, you know, matches, a few that are the same. But these appear to be all different, and they're really fun. So we'll see what we got here. So this one has a beautiful butterfly on it with the purple cone flowers, I believe they're called. That's really pretty. And then this is a sunflower. I think it's a sunflower. Maybe it's just a yellow daisy. But I was wondering if, okay, so it was jelly beans. You guys know I said, is that jelly beans? So on this side, it shows the jelly beans there. And on the other side, it has the little bunny rabbit. So cute. Then we have a cherry. Really cool. They all are marked Made in Germany on the bottom as well. I collect these. I think they're really fun. And these are definitely the cutest ones I've come across. So we got some little bluebirds on this side and spinning it around, and I believe it's a little like lamb or sheep. This one has the same image on both sides. It has a little fawn there. It's cool. We got some spring flowers, some tulips and blue and orange flowers. That's featured on both sides. What is this? Okay, so we got a duck. Looks like a little mallard. Same image on both sides of that. This one's a repeat, right? Okay, so we did end up with 2 of those. It's interesting, that's how my other package was. There was one that had 3 of the same type, so I don't know if someone had extras and they just kind of threw the ones they didn't want in there. But that's the only repeat in the whole set, so it's a little odd. And then this one is, I don't know if it's a hornet or a bumblebee. It almost looks more like a hornet to me. You think that's a honeybee? It is on both sides there. I don't see the stinger on it, so that's good. But yeah, that's pretty good. There's 4, 8, 9, 10 of those, and then they did include the candlesticks, and they appear to be in really good condition. A lot of times when I find these, they have been either left in the sun or hot place, and they're kind of warped and pre-melted a bit, but I mean, look how cute these are. I really love collecting these, and so we also got green is the other one that came with the set. It's like my 1970s color. I wish the red was yellow instead. Not really into the color red too much, but I'll definitely keep the orange and green candlesticks. But yeah, all those for only $8. I think that was fantastic and new in package. So love me some West Germany pottery and etc. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I do still have a little bit more footage of this antique mall that I went to. It's quite a big store, so a lot to sift through. And I found some other really great things. So I hope you guys are subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can catch what else I purchased at this antique store. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.